Trump news, despite the negative press, Trump did well in the South Carolina primary. This week's episode of The New Abnormal suggests that Donald Trump may have won another presidential primary over the weekend, this time in South Carolina. While the victory didn't surprise anyone, there are some good things to take away from it. According to co-host Andy Levy, 40% of the voters in the primary didn't vote for Donald Trump, even though Trump received 60% of the vote in the Republican primary and Nikki Haley received 40%. And that is also not insignificant, while it's true that the Republican Party is Trump's party. This demonstrates that not all Republicans are conformists or devoted followers of Trump. Plus, it proves that there is some dissatisfaction lurking beneath the surface. Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Overcast are all places you may subscribe to the new Abnormal. Next, co-host Danielle Moody and Monica Simpson discuss reproductive rights in the United States, with Simpson noting that we have been seeing this systematic onslaught and this chipping away for quite some time. Team SisterSon is a nationwide membership group headquartered in the South. The anti-abortion movement, according to Simpson, has been constructing their defense and pushing this forward for well over a decade. Charlie Kirk is seeking Coca-Cola to endorse executions aired on television. Added bonus. According to Chris Geidner, a former editor of BuzzFeed and creator of the Law Dork newsletter, 3 of this week's most prominent news articles, or more or less exactly, the outcome of Justice Sam Alito's Dobbs decision for the court, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and The New Abnormal all provide full episodes of The New Abnormal. The Daily Beast has more. Sign up for email alerts when the Daily Beast publishes a major story or controversy. Enroll immediately. Israeli President Joe Biden has stated that his country is prepared to end its military campaign against Hamas in Gaza in exchange for the release of some captives held by the militant group in exchange for a ceasefire during the forthcoming Muslim fasting month of Ramadan. A proposed agreement among American, Egyptian, and Qatari negotiators calls for the release of Palestinian detainees and an end to hostilities for 6 weeks in return for the release of hostages held by Hamas. While the standstill was in effect, talks to free the other captives would carry on as usual. Biden discussed the possibility of a truce during the Holy Month in his most in-depth interview to date, which aired Monday on NBC's Late Night with Seth Meyers. The Holy Month is a period of intense religious observance and fasting from sunrise to daylight. The military has briefed the War Cabinet on its strategy to invade Rafah, the southernmost town in Gaza on the border with Egypt, where over 1 million Palestinians have taken refuge. According to the office of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, concern over the plight of the displaced in Rafah has reached a worldwide level, and Israel's friends have cautioned that the Jewish state must spare civilians while fighting the Hamas militant group. Militants led by Hamas invaded southern Israel on October 7, killing 1,200 people, mainly civilians, and abducting 250 more, sparking the outbreak of war, counting both soldiers and civilians. The health ministry reports that almost 30,000 Palestinians have lost their lives in the conflict that has devastated Gaza. Without offering proof, Israel claims to have killed 10,000 jihadists,